imagine a punishment so terrifying, so barbaric, that it still sends shivers down the spine nearly 500 years later. Richard Roose, a simple cook in Tudor England, was condemned to suffer one of the worst executions in history, boiled alive in front of a jeering crowd. But was he truly guilty, or was his death a result of a vengeful king's whim? Today, we delve into the chilling story of Roose's final moments and the evil that lurked behind his execution. Prepare to witness the horrors of history in this spine-tingling recount of a punishment beyond comprehension. They said it was justice. But what kind of justice boils a man alive? It was the year 1531. I was nobody, just a cook, working in the house of the Bishop of Rochester. My life was simple, quiet even. But that all changed in a heartbeat. A pinch of powder, they said. Just a joke, they said. But two beggars were dead, and I was the one they came for. The Tower of London. You've heard of it, haven't you? Cold. Dark. You don't go there unless you're never coming out. They put me on the rack, you know. Stretched me out until I thought my bones would snap. They wanted answers, but what could I tell them? It was a joke. A cruel, twisted joke. But King Henry. He didn't care. He was out for blood. On that cold February day, Parliament heard his word, and that was all it took. No trial. No mercy. Murder by poison was treason now, and treason meant one thing, death. But not just any death. No. The sound of boiling intensifies, and the voice becomes more strained. 3 times. 3 times they lowered me into that cauldron of boiling water. The first time, the pain was beyond anything I could describe. My skin, blistering, melting. The crowd, they watched as if it were some kind of sick entertainment. My screams echoed through the streets, but no one came to stop it. No one came to save me. The second time, I was barely conscious. The water seared through my flesh, right to the bone. I could hear them cheering. Cheering. I begged for it to end, but the king's justice was not swift. It was slow. Torturous. Evil. And then, the third time. By then, I was nothing but a husk. My body floated in the cauldron, lifeless, but they dragged me under one last time, for good measure. The heat. I could feel my soul leaving my body. You may think this is just history. Just a story. But let me tell you this. When the flames of cruelty are stoked, no one is safe. And in those last moments, I wasn't the only one screaming. They say you can still hear the boiling. That if you listen closely enough, the water never stopped bubbling. And when the wind blows just right over Smithfield, you can hear me, begging for mercy that never came.